These are all my carving tools. You can see this enormous collection of chisels, all different size gouges. Everything here I've used. This is quite a collection. Some of my favorites are this enormous gouge, which is extremely sharp here. All of these are very sharp. Many of these tools have different shapes so that they could get into different areas of handrails when carving. You've got your classics, V-groove. These that are bent the other way, very small little gouges, are awfully handy. These ones are also very shallow gouges, very fantastic though and handy to have. Another gouge, it's curved to help you get into tight areas. Of course, this bent one here, which is great for doing shoulder work on handrails when you're joining two pieces together. But you can see there's an awful lot of collection. Some of the others I have are these fantastic Japanese rasps, which I love very much. I'd like to get many more of these in differing shapes. My tried and true favorite rasps, the Karate Italian made rasp. This elliptical one has done tons of work, and I'd like to get many more of them as well. You've got the another Karate rasp, just a fine grit. Some more radius rasps here. Some that have been broken but are short so you can help get into very tight areas. This one is just an old file that works as a scraper, both round and straight. This is an amazing tool. I love this. This is a Japanese Shinto, and they are awesome for truing up wreath work, squaring, making things flat. They're very nice. They're like a bunch of hacksaw blades. I love this tool. It's great. I have ideas for this tool. I'd love to see more of these. This is for redoing your edge on your scrapers and stuff. You can see I've just got enormous collection of scrapers that have been ground for different handrail profiles. This does a lot of work, all my die grinders with the different rasps and different bits here. Some fine. This is just a collection of all the different ones. I will even run little router bits in there that I've ground either with a green stone or whatever. A lot of these have been manipulated. Some of these just steel bits, so I can grind them to take a shape. Here, tiny little ball bits, which are always handy for when joining two parts together. So I have this huge collection of all of these. Some router bits which I've turned down on the south bend and gotten rid of the bearing place just so I can have a solid point as a reference when I'm doing cutting to make a shoulder and a handrail. My nice package of German scrapers here that are still fresh. This is just an old saw blade I broke that I can use to start cutting in for shoulders or little channels and everything like that. These are handy to have. Some picks, something to clean the glue away when you join two pieces together, must-haves. And then here's the real workhorses, all my grinders. This is cutter head that we have that I love. You can see through these holes while it's spinning. It's curved in shape, does great work. This is the chainsaw of the bunch, my Arbortech. Really just removes all the material and everything like that, does a fantastic job. And then just an angle grinder with sandpaper, which does an immense amount of work for me. It's fantastic, it's nice and flat, can true things up. I can use it for the edge and make it contoured. You know, when you're using any of these chisels, by the way, with the wood, you want to make sure you use a soft mallet or another wood piece so you don't damage them. I can't forget this workhorse, just another real coarse rasp that I love a lot, does a lot of work. This is just a end of an old maple baluster that we put on there. I got some more rifflers, which don't get used very much. They're just so fine. You don't really need them very often. These are great tools to have, little profile sanding bits, so you can get in and do the different shapes and your fingers don't have to get worn down so much. All the sandpaper, try to get good grade sandpaper. Use these laminate routers as well often. And I have these very small bits here with just a small cutter head. And that way I can take either a tool and make a little shoulder, or use the angle grinder and make a shoulder, and then run the small bearing right against it and plow it away. I've got some other little wood mounts I've made for here so I can run it on round shaped pieces. And then just to know that you gotta try to get good at anything, and perfection is not a reality. It's something you strive for, and you'll have mistakes along the way, but that's okay. That's how you learn. You're not learning if you're not making a few mistakes. And stick with it and give carving a try, and hopefully you can accumulate one day the same collection or a better collection of tools to help you along your journey. Man Hands Woodworking. Thanks so much.